To know where we're going, we have to know where we've been. Video games and gaming, the way we play video games, is changing and evolving. And video game design has dramatically changed since its creation. Original arcade games like PacMan and Donkey Kong were designed to suck the quarters out of your pockets. In 1982, the arcade video game industry's revenue in quarters was an estimated $8 billion. And it's no wonder, these games were not intended to be beaten. In fact, the creators of PacMan never expected you to reach all 256 boards in the original game, which is why the final level has a corrupted map glitch known famously as a kill screen. That's right, even if you play non-stop for 6 hours to reach the 256th board, you won't even be able to play it due to a glitch that corrupts the right side of that board.
And what the hell is the premise of Pac-Man anyway? He's a jaundiced Puck-Man trapped in an endless maze being tormented by ghosts? That's some kind of hell, and believe me, I know hell. I live with effing Jeremy.
And what the hell's up with those ghost names, bro? Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde? Clyde, bro? What are you doing, Clyde? Huh, kid? Why not Stinky? Why not Dinky, huh?
Jeremy, you're a dinky.
And Donkey Kong wasn't much better, kid. Here we have a damsel in distress being kidnapped by a giant gorilla, held hostage in a sewer, and her only savior is a short, out-of-shape Italian plumber, bro. I mean, that chick ain't got good odds for survivaling, bro. It's not looking good.
But I'm not complaining. At one point, it was unclear as to whether or not video games would continue to be manufactured for the home consumer. Enter the video game crash of 1983. Revenues from video game sales had peaked to about $3.2 billion in 1983, which would be roughly $7.8 billion today. But by 1985, console sales had dropped to a measly $100 million.
1 billion, gajillion, fifillion, million.
That's a 97% drop in sales over 2 years. So what catastrophic event caused the crash? Well, there were several reasons, but the main reason was a saturation of the market. Basically, there were too many consoles and not enough quality games. Video games really exploded on the scene in 1972 with the release of Pong, a simple tennis game that became the first commercially successful video game. From that point on, it was a crapstorm of legalities, espionage, reverse engineering competitors' consoles, and even stealing competitors' employees and trade secrets.
Bro, it was like straight out of a Vinny D movie, okay? Except there weren't any explosions and any cool fight scenes or anything like that.
If it weren't for the Nintendo Entertainment System, more affectionately known as the NES, it's unclear if we'd have any home consoles to this day. You see, most retailers reduced their video game stock significantly or stopped selling them altogether. This prompted Nintendo to rebrand their home console as an entertainment system to convince retailers to allow it in their stores. Video game developers and publishers changed their approach after the crash. It became less about keeping up with the competition and more about innovating and developing a better experience for the gamer, higher quality graphics, and exclusive characters and games for each console. Thus, the console wars began. Nintendo versus Sega, Sonic vs. Mario, which evolved to PlayStation vs. Nintendo 64.
Hey, plumber boy, mustache man, your worst nightmare has arrived.
With memorable characters and exclusive content, video games were evolving into more than just an unbeatable money sucker. Video game competitions started to emerge. Heavily focused multiplayer games were being developed. Pioneered by Sega's Dreamcast, which was ahead of its time, online gaming would change the way we play video games forever.
Forever. Forever. Forever. Forever.
Video games evolved from single arcade games to multiplayer consoles to massive multiplayer online worlds. Online gaming paved the way for the future of gaming, shifting the demand from physical game discs to digital downloads. This opened the door for downloadable content, which allows developers to add content after a game's release, also creating another avenue for revenue.
That rhymed, bro.
Video games shifted from money suckers to a form of art and competition. Don't get me wrong, the goal will always be to make money because that's what pays the bills. So don't expect microtransactions or DLC to go away anytime soon. But with the emergence of smartphones and virtual and augmented reality, gaming has evolved to an experience rather than its stigma of mind-numbing entertainment. Video games are being used as training simulations by the military, NASA, and pilots. And these simulations are nothing more than a very expensive video game to a gamer. And as VR and augmented reality become more prevalent, we will undoubtedly see a myriad of new applications for video games and the technology that surrounds them. So it's safe to say it's different now. Now there's a video game for everyone. You've come a long way, baby, since the origins of gaming.
You've come a long way, baby. You're too young for that reference there, sweetie.
All right, now it's time for my favorite part of the episode, Irma's Crapometer. How much of a crap should you really give about today's video?
Today's episode squirts out 3 out of 5 turtlets. I was worried you might ramble a bit too much on this one, but you kept it concise. This topic runs deep, like diarrhea in a well. I mean, we get it. Video games are important, but that still doesn't change the fact that little 12-year-olds harass me and my sexy voice on Call of Duty.
That does it for today's episode, dudes. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to show your support and hit that like button. Do you have a favorite classic or retro video game? Leave your answers down there in the comments section, and until next time, peace out, what it do.